Hypertrophy, how to make muscles grow, has been around for a very long time, as in like the studies have been done on it. And in fact, in 2013, three British exercise scientists, James Steele, James Fisher, and Dave Smith, they did a study on all of the peer-reviewed scientific literature for muscular hypertrophy over the last 50 years in 2013.
Yeah,
And it's
wow.
titled, for those who want to check it out, it's titled Evidence-Based Resistance Training Recommendations for Muscular Hypertrophy. And all 131 studies were compiled and they were dissected in order to find what is the best, most optimal way to grow muscle tissue. Now, these guys looked at everything, Anthony. And the other thing to note, they looked at papers that eliminated elite populations like bodybuilders and professional athletes because they're hyper responders. They grow in spite how they train. So they tend to, these individuals, as you know, they tend to skew the recommendations based on genetics, and they'll just about pretty much respond to everything. So what I'm going to share with you is actually backed up by science and also backed up by my experience of using it over the years. Okay, so this will work for the natural trained athlete who has low average genetics. Okay, so it'll work for them. The most important variable, the most important thing to get right is three words: intensity of effort. That is the most important variable. Forget about if you're not having enough protein for the day. Forget about if you're the time of day you choose to train, how many sets you choose to do. Well, we speak about that in a second. But the number one determinant to muscle mass is intensity of effort. So people should aim to recruit as many motor units, and thus muscle fibers, as possible by training to what we call momentary muscular failure. Momentary muscular failure, what is that? That's that last almost impossible rep that you don't think you can perform. And you get into a place, I like to call it the light switch rep, because it does feel like a light switch is just turned on, because that rep is a very special rep and you don't want to miss it. And as you recruit, and I won't go too scientific, if you want to know more about that, I did a whole podcast with Dave Mack on it. It goes for about an hour and a half on hypertrophy. We could probably put it in the link if they want to check it out. But as you start training into that territory, you start recruiting what we call the high threshold motor units. Okay. Muscle fibers work on a continuum of low, intermediate to fast twitch fibers, and they respond based on the force output. So the greater the force, the more you start recruiting the high threshold motor units. These fibers are responsible for most muscle growth. Okay, so when you're training, intensity of effort is the name of the game. Now, as I said earlier, intensity and duration are inversely related. You can go hard, you can go long, you just can't do both. The mistake people make is when they're training, they think more is better. They think by doing 3 and 5 and 10 sets that it's going to maximize. And the reason why they do that is they're fearing leaving gains on the table. They fear that if I don't do enough, I'm not going to stimulate the growth mechanism. Well, if you train to momentary muscular failure, if you switched on the growth machinery, you cannot switch a switched on switch. It's already on. Once you've done the set and you've done to momentary muscular failure, that set's done, my friend. Next exercise.
Okay.
Okay.
Just one set to failure then.
One set. But however, I do like to warm people up. So we do what we call 1 or 2 acclimation sets. Okay. The first set, you might be going at 50% of your working weight. The second set, you might go at 75%. And your last, what we call your top set, your light switch set, is one we go at your working weight. Now, here's the good news. The rep ranges are very vast. In as low as 5, you can go with heavy weight, as low as 5, as moderate as 12, or as light as 30. And regardless of which you choose the rep ranges, there are pros and cons to both. For example, if you choose to hit muscular, as long as you're going to complete momentary muscular failure, the outcome is identical. And that's from the science.
Yeah, interesting.
Whether you choose to go 5 reps to failure, as long as you're going to momentary muscular failure, whether you've chosen to go to 15, whether you've gone to 30, the outcome's identical. And it's a pros and cons to that. For example, what are the cons of going with heavy weight? Well, high peak forces, and there's a higher likelihood of injury with really heavy weight. But the pro to that, it doesn't take long for your set to be done. Okay. I don't know about you, but like if I got to get to 30 reps, I'm already mentally checking out. Getting it that high up at 30 reps, man, I'm ready to go. I'm out of here. So I do like to aim for about a rep range of 6 to 8, maybe even 10, around that range. Okay. The next thing I should mention about is to make sure that the cadence is slow, both the positive and the negative, in the vicinity of 3 to 5 seconds either way. We do that for a couple of reasons. Number one, we do that to eliminate momentum. Any external forces that facilitate movement will rob us of intensity. And of course, you'll have muscle fibers missing along the way by doing that. And we also do that to take full control of the set so that you are hitting the targeted muscles you want to hit, and you're not offsetting other muscle groups that you don't want to be hitting. Like a barbell curl, you're staying doing bicep curls and you're swinging your back and you're using the spinal erectors and everything else. You're not really targeting the elbow flexors as you would do. Okay. Now, I like to break it up depending on a client's experience levels. If they're a beginner, I like to maybe start with a full body workout of 4 to 5 exercises broken up into a vertical pull and a vertical push. It could be a pull down or a chin up, and it could be a shoulder press, machine shoulder press. By the way, the science has shown that whether you choose to go free weight or machine, the outcome's identical.
Interesting.
So there's no real difference. In fact, you going on a machine, for those who aren't very savvy in the gym, by using a machine that allows to create a fixed groove pattern, you don't have to focus on coordination so much, and you can just focus on going to momentary muscular failure by working a machine. I think Arthur Jones was using a lot of the Nautilus machines back in the day, and he was using those machines to great success. Of course, Mike Menzer used them, and of course Dorian Yates. They used both of them. So vertical pull, vertical push, horizontal pull, horizontal push, and a hip extension exercise like a leg press, or if you can squat. Those 5 exercises, as long as you are going to momentary muscular failure on those 5 exercises, you will grow tremendously. Once you've trained them, I've got on my phone a little timer, and remember, muscle mass is performance dependent, but performance is recovery dependent. So the idea, most people have this skewed belief that we get paid by the week, we go to school by the week, let's fit the entire body by the week. Everything's going to be done by the week. Well, what if you haven't fully recovered? Why 3 days a week? Why not try weeks 1 and 2? Let's say you might do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because remember, once you've stimulated the growth mechanism, your body does not build muscle straight away. The body first has to compensate, put back what was lost once you finished your workout. And the only time it overcompensates builds muscle tissue if left untouched during a sufficient rest period.
Hey everyone, if you need a little extra help getting started on a carnivore diet and my online resources that I have for free aren't enough for you, you can go to www.howtocarnivore.com and sign up for a 30-day carnivore challenge where you'll have online resources, group support, weekly Zoom meetings, as well as the ability to chat live with myself, Simon Lewis, and the others in the challenge who can help you and support you and give you extra advice and help you along the way. So if that sounds like something that would be beneficial to you, then please go to howtocarnivore.com and sign up. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you there.
So I'm not an advocate of back-to-back days. because the central nervous system takes a pounding as well as the muscular system. So you need to be fully recovered. So you might start the first 2 weeks on this full body workout, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for a couple of weeks. And then you might, as the stresses go up, so too the demands of the body go up. So you've got to compensate for those stresses by providing more rest. So your Monday, Wednesday, Friday does not have to be regimented. Won't make you a bad person if you went Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Or Monday, yeah, so Monday, take Tuesday and Wednesday off, train Thursday, take Friday and Saturday, take Sunday off. So rather than every other day, you might take an extra rest day for a couple of weeks. I train, Anthony, I train every 5 days.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. I train a push, pull, leg, a push day. So I'll do chest, shoulders, and triceps on day one. Now, by the way, never started like that. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I would do a push day on a Monday. I would do legs on a Wednesday, and I would do a pull on a Friday. But then as the intensity went up, I needed more rest. How did I know that? Because by the time Wednesday came around, man, I was still spent from Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, but it's Wednesday. You should be doing legs today. No, you shouldn't. Listen to your body. If you're not ready to bend bars and go in and beat your personal best, don't go into the gym. Take an extra day off. Your body's still overcompensating. So the moment I took off the Tuesday, sorry, I trained Monday. The moment I did not train on Wednesday and started training Thursday, the gains went up again. I started getting more gains. The extra day rest changed everything for me. And now I'm at a point where the intensity is so high that my rest days are 5 days apart. I train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I would train Saturday. Take Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I would train Thursday. And that's how I'm doing it. And you should not be reaching a sticking point in performance by providing more rest.
So is that, and then you're splitting up those, so you're like doing, so on the Monday, you're doing chest, shoulders, triceps,
Triceps,
and then
yes.
Saturday, you're doing a leg day.
Yeah, yes. And then I'll do the
Thursday.
back day. Yeah. So rather than people are so fixated on fitting everything in the 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, like, it's like we get paid by the week, we go to work by the week, we go to school by the week, we should train the full body by the week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a mistake, because a lot of the gains that people leave on the table is not because that they're not training enough, which probably might be the case, but they're actually under resting.
Mm-hmm.
They're not resting enough, because here's the body saying, okay, man, I'm happy to keep performing for you. More reps, more weight, more reps. I'm happy to do that for you. But you're not giving me the same, you're giving me the same rest. That's a pretty shitty deal, man. Here's me trying to continue performing higher and higher, like 150 kilogram deadlift, right? To failure is not going to be the same intensity or demands on the body as a 240 kilogram deadlift to failure. So if you're going from 150, progressively adding weight over time, let's say a whole year, good luck trying to get the same recovery on 250 as you are with 150. It's not going to happen. So you need more recovery. And that's the missing link people have, is like they just see things that are packed into 1 week, and they don't see the feeling is the language of the body, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
If you genuinely don't feel like going into the gym and beating your personal best, you have no business going into the gym today. Right? None, because you're in there to beat your previous best, and you need recovery for that. Muscle mass is performance dependent. Performance is recovery dependent. You don't rest enough, you don't grow enough. Mike Menzer said that one.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it, and I never deviate from that. It's an intelligent way to train. You'll be less likelihood of injuries, because you're not having these repetitive movement patterns with multiple sets and multiple frequencies in the gym, and you end up with having soft tissue injuries all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah. And then is that what you train your bodybuilders with as well? That same sort of split, or is it more intense for them?
Well, a lot of the bodybuilders that I train, they use performance enhancing drugs. So this is the other thing. It's very difficult to get advice from somebody who, number one, has superior genetics to grow muscle tissue. I mean, think of the guy walks into the gym is going to go to the most jacked guy and get advice.
Yeah.
With the most jacked guy, number one, they've got superior genetics. Number two, they're probably using PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. So I should also mention that we spoke about it. Those who have a lot of testosterone, super physiological, will keep cortisol down regardless. Okay, so these people are the exception, not the rule, and they can. By the way, they do train every day, and I tell them, you're not maximizing your truest potential by training every day. Had you had more recovery in, but they've got this fear of leaving gains on the table. You see,
Yeah.
but look at someone like Dorian Yates. He took his fullest potential he brought the full, and that's the thing with this type of training. High intensity training is the most efficient way for you to maximize your full potential. Okay. Because every single workout is like war, because you're beating your personal best from last time, and it's going to hurt. If you're not worried about going to the gym, you're not training hard enough. If you're not, if you really, you're probably exercising, but you're not really training. Okay, you're there to beat your personal best, man. You're there to grow muscle tissue. My calves, you could clean pipes with my calves back in the day. Very, very skinny calves, right? And I thought, wow, I need to smash them with more volume. Then I realized, and Mike Menzer spoke about it as well, the calves are one of the most overtrained muscle groups in the human body. We're always walking on them. And so if too much volume is the problem, how can more volume be the solution? They're trying to put out like a fire with gasoline. So when they grew, when I trained them less often, one set to failure, super high intensity. They grew. Now they're cows. They're not calves now. All right. So once I gave them more rest, because they're so overworked, and now I was training them infrequently with super high intensity. We're talking, my goodness, like one set to failure, either seated or standing calf raises, and a few forced reps here and there. They grew like diamonds, man. And people saying, what are you doing for your calves? Your calves are awesome. I go, I'm just ashamed to tell you, I train them once every 15 days.
Hey everyone, really happy to announce a new sponsor for the show and for everybody down in Australia, Stockman Steaks, who are delivering high quality grass-fed and finished pasture-raised beef and other meats, flash frozen and vacuum sealed to your door, something that I've been enjoying a lot of myself recently as well. They also have a great range of specialty items such as high-fat keto mince and carnivore beef and organs mince with liver, kidneys, and beef heart as well. So use code Chaffee today for a free order of beef mince or another specialty gift along with your order at stockmansteaks.com.au, and I'll see you over there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how you build, in my opinion, to grow muscle tissue. Is you need a stimulus and you need a response, but you need to provide enough rest to cater for that response. Okay. All right. And you do that. The palest ink is better than the fondest memory, meaning grab a pen and paper, write down your result about next time. And you're going to be shit shocked, I use the word, at how much strength you'll build over time. First, you'll build strength. You'll build what we call neurological efficiency. Your nervous system starts getting more familiar with the movement patterns. First, strength will come in, and then muscle mass will come for the ride because of it. Because what you're supposed to do is you get stronger, get weaker. What are you supposed to do as you get bigger, get weaker? You're getting stronger, you're going to put some muscle mass on. But first, it's strength that will go up and muscle mass will follow you for the ride afterwards. That's how it works. And I'm looking at this way. Really? I did that last time? I get to the rep ranges. Let's say I was doing a calf raise. I'll just use the exercise now. And I'm like, that weight for that many reps, I get to those reps and I've got like 5 or 6 to go. Easy to hit failure. And I think, really, I hit that failure last time? It really gets you by surprise that how much strength you'll build over time, provided you're using, you're getting enough rest and you're also eating the carnivore way, you're going to grow like weed.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard Metzger talk about that, and I always sort of wondered on it. That's great to get your thoughts on that as well.
Mike
Um,
Menzer.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Very, very smart guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
perfect. Well,
All right.
I really appreciate it. That was awesome. How do people get a hold of you and find more of your stuff?
Cool, man. So the best way, well, first off through Instagram. So look at the Lean 7 on Instagram. That's the first way. THE Lean 7, Leanseven, as the name suggests. Then also they can go to the website, thelean7.com.au. But if they want access to the training for all the hormones, if they want access to that, just comment into the messages, the comment section below training, and I will personally send you through the training video. They can actually watch through a link,
Mhm.
and then that's the best way. Otherwise, it's probably best for people that are interested in knowing more about the hormones and going over the whole training video again. We have a more detailed version, a private training video. So just comment training in this video, and I will personally respond back with that link. Is that
Perfect.
cool?
That's great.
Awesome, man. Always enjoy catching up with you and collabing. It was great.
Yeah,
Another feast
absolutely.
of the Anthony Square.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
Cool, man. All
Well,
right.
that was awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, and thanks everyone. And yeah, please do leave a comment. Let us know what you think, and do comment if you want to hear more. And Anthony or I will get back to you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Thank you. Bye. The first way we do that is through the quality of the food we eat by keeping carbohydrates down to under 50 grams and preferably even under 20 grams. And then the second thing, once you get the quality right, then